What if I told you that the life you're living right now is just one possible version of you? That the dream you've packed away, the healing you're praying for, the abundance that feels just out of reach, already exists in a parallel reality, waiting for you to tune into it. For centuries, we've been told that reality is fixed. That we are separate, small, and at the mercy of a random, chaotic universe. But what if that's a lie? A lie that quantum physics and ancient spiritual wisdom are now shattering together. What if you are not a passive passenger in your life, but the conscious co-creator of it? And what if the only thing standing between you and that ultimate version of your life is a single, decodable secret? A secret this channel is about to reveal. If you're watching this, I know something about you. You feel a nagging sense that there has to be more. You've read the self-help books. You've tried the vision boards. You've chanted the affirmations in the mirror, even when part of you felt a little silly. And yet, something isn't connecting. The 3D world, the world of bills, deadlines, conflicts, and limitations, feels more real and more powerful than your inner world of dreams. This is what I call the manifestation gap. We're taught a model of reality that is fundamentally broken. It's the Newtonian model. Sir Isaac Newton gave us a clockwork universe, where everything is cause and effect. Push a ball, it rolls. Think a thought, and nothing happens unless you take massive, grinding action. In this model, you are a separate island, trying to shout your desires across a vast, indifferent ocean. This model creates three core problems. The problem of separation: we believe we are alone in our struggles. Our culture champions the self-made individual, but this is a lonely, exhausting paradigm. It makes us feel that if we haven't achieved our dreams, it's because we are flawed, not because our understanding of reality is flawed. The problem of linear time: we're trapped in the past-future continuum. We let our past failures, traumas, and stories define what we believe is possible in the future. We think, well, it didn't work last time, so it probably won't work this time. We are time-traveling with our pain, projecting it forward and creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of more pain. The problem of forced action: we believe that the only way to make things happen is through sheer force of will. We hustle, grind, and manipulate the external world. But this is like trying to push the river. It's exhausting. And it often pushes against the natural current of the universe, which is flow, synchronicity, and ease. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was a client of mine, a brilliant graphic designer. She had a vision for her own studio. She created a stunning business plan, a beautiful vision board filled with images of a sleek office and happy clients. She worked 80-hour weeks. But she was constantly broke, taking on clients she hated just to pay the rent. She came to me on the verge of burnout, saying, "I'm doing everything they say. I'm visualizing, I'm taking action. Why isn't the universe cooperating?" Sarah's problem wasn't a lack of effort. Her problem was her energy. Every action she took was rooted in fear: fear of failure, fear of being broke, fear of not being good enough. She was, quantumly speaking, observing and reinforcing the reality of struggle. And the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, gave her more struggle. This is where most people live. In the gap between their intentions and their reality, blaming themselves, not understanding they're using a broken map. But what if there was a new map? One backed not by fluffy thinking, but by the hardest science we have. The map I'm talking about comes from the world of quantum physics. For decades, scientists have been peering into the heart of matter, and what they've found is more mystical than anything in a holy book. It all centers on one of the most famous, and most baffling, experiments in history: the double-slit experiment. In simple terms, scientists fire tiny particles, like electrons, at a screen with two slits in it. When they don't observe the particles, they behave like waves, spreading out, interfering with themselves, and creating a pattern that suggests they went through both slits at once. They exist in a state of potential, a cloud of all possibilities. But the moment a conscious observer sets up a measuring device to watch which slit the electron goes through, it collapses from a wave of possibilities into a single, solid particle. It picks one slit. Let that sink in. The very act of observation changes the behavior of the particle. Reality does not exist in a fixed state until it is observed. This leads to the first monumental discovery: the universe is not material, it is mental. At its fundamental level, everything is energy and information. The chair you're sitting on, the screen you're watching, your own body, it's all a vibrating field of potential. It only appears solid because our senses are designed to perceive it that way. The second discovery is quantum entanglement. This is the phenomenon where two particles, once connected, can instantaneously affect each other, no matter how far apart they are in the universe. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. What this tells us is that the Newtonian idea of separation is an illusion. We are all fundamentally interconnected parts of a single, conscious field. You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean, contained in a drop. Now, let's bridge this to 5,000-year-old spiritual wisdom. The Vedantic sages of ancient India called this field Brahman, the ultimate reality, a single, unified consciousness. They declared, Tat Tvam Asi, thou art that. You are that unified consciousness. Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. It's not a physical place, it's a dimension of potential and connection that you access through consciousness. Science and spirituality are now saying the same thing in different languages. Reality is not fixed. It is a probability wave waiting to collapse. Consciousness is primary. It is the observer that collapses the wave into a particle, into your tangible experience. We are all one. Our separation is a convincing hologram, but beneath it, we are entangled, connected to the source. Sarah wasn't failing because she was broken. She was failing because she was using Newtonian force on a quantum problem. She was observing the reality of struggle so intently that she kept collapsing that reality into her experience. She needed to learn how to shift her observation. So, how do we practically apply this? How do we become the conscious observer of the reality we want, not the one we're stuck in? I call this quantum manifestation, and it's a three-part method. Step 1, the quantum leap, shifting your state. You cannot manifest from a state of lack, because lack is a reality you are observing. You must first become the version of you for whom your desire is already real. This is about embodying the feeling. Practical exercise, the 5-minute quantum jump. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Now, imagine a version of you in a parallel reality who already has what you want. Don't just see them. Become them. Feel the emotional and physical sensations. Do they feel peaceful? Accomplished? Free? Joyful? Where is that feeling in your body? Your chest? Your stomach? Hold that feeling for 5 minutes. Do this every morning. You are not creating that reality, you are tuning your energy to the frequency of the reality where it already exists. Step 2, the observer effect, collapsing the wave. Your consistent thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are the observing mechanism that collapses the quantum field. Most people observe their problems. You must learn to observe your solution, as if it's already done. Practical exercise, the "It is done" journal. Get a notebook. Each night, before bed, write down 3 to 5 things you want to manifest. But here's the key, write about them in the past tense, as if they have already happened. Don't write, "I want a new job." Write, "I am so grateful and amazed by how perfectly my new job found me. The culture is incredible, the pay is abundant, and I feel so valued." You are scripting your reality from the endpoint. You are acting as the observer of a completed event, instructing the quantum field on which probability wave to collapse. Step 3, quantum entanglement, surrendering to the how. This is the hardest part for our Newtonian minds. You must release your attachment to the how, when, and where. You are the visionary, not the project manager of the universe. Your job is to hold the state, step 1, and observe the outcome, step 2. The universe's infinite intelligence, to which you are entangled, will handle the logistics. Practical exercise, the synchronicity walk. Once a day, go for a 15-minute walk. During this walk, your only task is to hold the feeling state of your desire and look for signs, symbols, and synchronicities. A feather, a specific song on the radio, a conversation you overhear. Trust that everything you see is a message from the entangled universe, guiding you, confirming you're on the right path. This builds trust and dissolves the need to control. Let's go back to Sarah. She stopped the 80-hour hustle. She started her days with the 5-minute quantum jump, feeling what it was like to be a sought-after, abundant studio owner. She wrote in her "It Is Done" journal every night, detailing her successful projects and grateful clients. And she started taking synchronicity walks, where she let ideas come to her. Within 2 weeks, she had a random idea for a niche design service she'd never considered. She felt a pull to reach out to one former client, just to reconnect, with zero expectation. That client, it turned out, had just been promoted and was looking for exactly the service Sarah had just envisioned. It was the first of many dominoes to fall. When you switch from the Newtonian model of push to the quantum model of pull, your life transforms not through struggle, but through resonance. You stop being a beggar at the door of the universe and become a masterful conductor of its symphony. The transformations happen on 4 levels. The material transformation, this is the most obvious one. The right opportunities, people, and resources begin to flow into your life with an almost magical sense of timing. It's not that you stop taking action, you are inspired to take aligned action. Actions that feel joyful, effortless, and perfectly timed. The money you need appears. The perfect relationship shows up. The healing begins. The universe starts to feel like a friendly, co-creative partner. The emotional transformation, the underlying anxiety, fear, and scarcity that fuel the old paradigm begin to dissolve. You are no longer at the mercy of your external circumstances because you know you have the power to collapse a new reality. This isn't a naive positivity, it's a deep, unshakable trust in the fabric of existence itself. Challenges become viewed as quantum data, redirecting you to a better path, not as punishments or failures. The relational transformation, when you understand quantum entanglement, you see others differently. Every interaction becomes sacred. You realize that hurting another is literally hurting a part of yourself. Conflicts soften. Compassion becomes your default. You begin to attract a soul tribe, people who are vibrating at the same frequency of consciousness and growth. The spiritual transformation, this is the ultimate goal. You move from believing in God or Source to knowing that you are an indivisible part of it. Your life ceases to be a random quest for survival and becomes a conscious, joyful exploration of creation itself. You understand that you are here not just to get things, but to experience the God force that you are, expressing itself in a human body. Another story. Mark was a veteran struggling with severe PTSD. The past was his prison. He tried every therapy, but the traumatic memories felt more real than his present. We worked on a quantum manifestation for peace. He didn't try to fight the memories. Instead, he used the quantum jump to feel into a parallel Mark who had already integrated his experiences and found deep, unwavering peace. He journaled as that man. On his walks, he looked for signs of safety and calm. One day, he told me, something shifted. He said, "It was like I stopped observing the memory as a terrifying event happening to me now, and I started observing it as a wave that had already crested and dissolved back into the ocean." The charge was gone. His external life didn't change overnight, but his internal reality did. He was no longer a victim of his past, he was the conscious observer of his peaceful present. This is not just a video. This is an invitation. An invitation to put down the heavy burden of forcing your life and to pick up the effortless power of allowing it. For years, you've been trying to read the book of your life, frantically flipping through the pages, trying to find the good part. You've been trying to write it with your own limited, tired hands. I am here to tell you that the book you have been searching for, the one with the story of your healed, abundant, joyful, purposeful life, that book has already been written. It exists in the quantum library of infinite possibilities. And that book only appears when the universe knows you're ready. How does the universe know? It knows when your frequency shifts. It knows when you stop begging and start being. It knows when you finally understand that you are not a lonely character in the story, but the co-author of it. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is threefold. First, decide your new reality. Get specific. What is the one thing you are ready to call into your life? Not just more money, but a joyful, consistent $10,000 a month doing work I love. Not just a relationship, but a deeply connected, spiritually aligned partnership. Clarity is a frequency. Broadcast it. Second, commit to the method. For the next 30 days, I challenge you to the quantum protocol. Mornings, 5-minute quantum jump. Nights, it is done, journal. Daily, synchronicity walk. Do it even if you don't feel like it. Do it especially when you don't feel like it. You are building a new observational muscle. Third, become the signal, not the noise. The world is programmed to keep you observing lack, fear, and separation. Your mission is to be a beacon of a different reality. As you transform, you give everyone around you permission to do the same. You become a walking, talking example that a new way of living is possible. This is why I started this channel. To create a community of conscious creators. To prove that we are not powerless. To prove that the spiritual truths of oneness and the scientific truths of entanglement are the same truth, and that this truth will set us free. So here is my call to you. If you are ready to stop being the effect of your world and start being the cause of it. If you are ready to close the book on struggle and open the book on miracles. Then I need you to do 3 things right now. Like this video. This tells the algorithm you're ready for more content like this, and helps us reach more people who are yearning for this message. Subscribe to the channel. And hit that notification bell. Because over the next few weeks, we're going even deeper. We'll be breaking down how to apply this to money, health, and relationships, with even more practical exercises. This is the most important one. In the comments below, type, I am ready. But don't just type the words. Feel them. As you type, I am ready, feel the shift in your body. Feel the commitment. Feel the surrender. That comment is not for me. It's for you. It's your first act of conscious observation, declaring to the universe that you are ready for your book to appear. The universe has been waiting for you. It's all right here. The book is waiting. All you have to do is turn the page. I'll see you in the comments.